Hi, I would like to show you how you can make a watertight shell from your STL scan. So first thing I do is I import a 3D sphere. I need to click this edit button that my cursor becomes red, so this way I know I can edit my 3D object. I don't necessarily like this color, so I go to material and change my color to Madcap Green Roma. Yeah, that works. And now I import my STL file. I go into Zbrush plugins, 3D print hub, and when I import my STL file, my sphere will become my STL file that I import. So here we have the upper arch. This is my import, so this is how it looks. So it's a shell, it's not watertight, so we have just the surface that we scanned, but inside it's not watertight. So the next thing that I have to do is let me align this. So I use shift to align it horizontal or vertical on the axis. And so the next thing that I have to do is I have to mask only my borders, and I go into the masking icon. I turn off groups and crease masking, and I mask by feature only borders. So now if I click this, basically only my border here of my scan is masked. And if I push the control button, my cursor becomes yellow. That means I'm in mask mode. I hold it and I click in the empty space, and then I invert my mask. So this way my whole model is masked, but the border is not. Now I'm going from the draw button to the move button up here. And what I do is I just move my unmasked border up. This way I create an extension of my border. The rest of the model stays in place because it's masked, and if it's masked it means it stays where I left it. Now this way we just stretch the polygons. I just want to make sure that this is clear. So I turn the masking off. I go back to my draw icon, and I can press my shift button to smooth a little bit the surface of my extended border. I like to do that. It's obviously not necessary. I think it's just nicer for my prints. So here we go. Now again, the polygon count does not change when I stretch things, so it's the same. And we have this icon here, which shows basically the polygons. So we can see that they are only stretched. So that's important. If you think of erasing a polygon, you just might erase more surface than you think. Okay, so now we still have this shell that is not watertight. So the next step is we go to subtool, and we have only one subtool because we just imported one STL file. So below subtool we have a button here that says extract, and this button I keep the smoothness on 5 and click double off, keep the border the way it is, and I move the thickness in the minus area to the 0.05 minus area. Now what that means is basically that from my shell, Zbrush is able to extract a model to the inside. It thickens my shell towards the inside. So this is how it looks. Now I can accept, after I extracted, what I have as a result, but this is the button for this. But if I move it before I accept, my extraction goes away. So I will show you again how that looks when I extract from a better angle. So this is how an extraction looks. 0.0 minus 0.5 will extract it to the inside, so it's watertight. And now I accept it. So now I created, with me accepting this, another subtool, and I don't need the first shell that I imported. And this is how my subtool looks like. So it's all a solid shell that is watertight, but it's strong enough to articulate, but it's not using too much resin in printing. Now this is not mandatory, and I like to clip my my model with the clip rectangular brush, Control Shift, and for that I basically mark the area that I will like to keep and let it go. And here we go. So here's our shell, clipped, thick enough for articulation and thin enough not to waste too much resin on it. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys will be able to see how much fun ZBrush can be for dentistry. Take care. Bye bye.